I thought you were dead.
My death was greatly exaggerated.
Well, fellas, it has been quite a month to say the least, but I'm feeling good and things are slowly going back to normal, so I thought I would do a quick Q&A to give you guys an update. As you can tell by the fact that I'm currently talking to you, the kidney transplant was successful, so we're going to answer questions about that first. Okay, and the first one, was the new kidney the cause of the recent and infamous 32 kill game? Nope, that was pre-recorded, and I'm very surprised I was able to pull that off. With the exception of the KB7 video and this one, obviously, every video until the 29th is pre-recorded. Yeah, I had to build up a pretty decent stockpile of videos because for the first month, I had to go back to the hospital twice a week. Wake up at like 5 AM to go do that. Stay there almost all day. So, it wasn't great, but now it's just twice a month. I feel like since I have more energy now, I'll generally do better when playing War Thunder, but one side effect of the immunosuppressant medication I'm on is that it can make your hands tremor. So my aim right now isn't the best, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. Okay, and next one. How are things since the transplant? What immunosuppressants are you on? I've been feeling really good. I've been putting on a lot of weight because I'm not, losing nutrients constantly. Even though I ate a lot, I was practically starving every day, so yeah, feeling a lot better. And because I'm on a ton of immunosuppressants, my allergies haven't been all that bad, which is kind of funny. But yeah, the main ones that I'm on right now are tacrolimus and Cellcept. Tacrolimus is interesting because I was on it before and I actually had a seizure, so I stopped taking it. That was like, God, 8 years ago or something like that. How much did the whole operation cost in the end, and were you able to pay it in full? I'm not entirely sure because it's still being processed with insurance and Medicare and all that, but I think in total it ended up being around $130,000 before insurance. Obviously, I'm not going to pay anywhere close to that, but yeah, it's a lot. I'm pretty much going to hit my out-of-pocket maximum right away, so I'm guessing I'm going to pay around $2,000 for it. It's not too bad. Do you need to be on any special diet after the kidney transplant? Not really, I just have to watch sodium, sugar, and fat. So, something that pretty much everyone should be doing, honestly. I think sugar is the main thing because 1 in 5 kidney transplant patients get diabetes after transplant because the immunosuppressant medication really messes with your body's ability to regulate insulin. So, I had to be real careful with that. They actually had to give me a shot of insulin while I was recovering in the hospital. I mostly just eat a lot of oats, whole wheat, protein, so like the 11th century peasant diet. How long will this kidney last? It's kind of hard to say, every body's different, but it could last 10 years, 15 years, maybe even 20 years, who knows? Depends on how well I take care of it. How was the surgery? Honestly, it wasn't too bad. The only thing I remember is they put me on the table, and then as I'm lying there, I start getting this feeling like, I'm pretty sure they're giving me anesthetic right now, and then I passed out, woke up in the PACU. They had like 10 blankets on me, so I guess I was pretty cold when I was passed out. They even had one wrapped around my head. Honestly, the most annoying part of the surgery was that they messed up my allergy list. So when I tried to order food to my room, I just couldn't order anything, practically. The only thing that I was able to order from the cafeteria was just a burger patty with a slice of cheese on it and rice. That was it. Because somehow they saw my mild allergy to tree nuts and they were like, oh, this guy can't have any oils. How long have you been waiting on a kidney? Well, I was only on the transplant list for I think 8 months or so, and I was on dialysis for about 6, so not that long, honestly. A lot of people wait years. Where did you get the organ? Got it from my dad. So it was a related living donor donation, which is pretty much ideal. It started working right away and the risk of rejection is a lot lower. Okay, and I think that's all the kidney questions, so let's get on to the regular ones. What do you not enjoy about air battles and will we ever see a video on it? Honestly, I just think they're really boring for the most part. I don't like spending several minutes climbing up to altitude just to engage somebody and maybe die right away. At least with Tank RB, it takes me like, what, a minute to drive to the battle? It's not a big deal. And I just enjoy tank gameplay more, because I feel like it's more down to individual skill instead of the vehicle's performance. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. But yeah, I don't think I'll ever make a dedicated gameplay commentary video on it. When you wanted to be an Air Force pilot, what was the plane you wanted to pilot? Well, I didn't want to be a pilot. I wanted to be a space systems operator. So if anything, I'd be piloting a satellite remotely. Basically, it would have just been maintaining the GPS network, It's not very exciting, but I think it would have been cool. Would you be willing to do an interview/debate with the Chieftain? I mean, yeah, definitely. I love his videos. I'm not really sure what I would interview him about, and I especially don't know what kind of debate we would have. But yeah, I'd be down to collaborate. You mentioned you loved Blade Runner 2049. I assume you've watched more Denis Villeneuve movies? If so, which are your favorites? I feel like my favorite would probably be Dune Part 2, but I also really liked Prisoners. I feel like that's a movie a lot of people haven't seen, but I would definitely go watch it. It's really good. What do you think about the M10 Booker only having a 105 and not a 120? I actually have a video on the M10 in the works. It's a pretty significant historical video, quote unquote. So I hope I can release that sometime this year, before the new year. But yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. If you look at the role the M10 is supposed to fill, a 105 is probably ideal, but I'll go further in depth in that video. I really enjoyed your overviews on sci-fi tanks. Any plans on reviewing fictional vehicles in the future? Well, now that I'm feeling a lot better, maybe. I've been making a lot of War Thunder videos because they're a lot faster to make. That and I just really enjoy making them. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking at more content options in the future. What is your favorite thing to do in your free time? Sleep or watch YouTube videos? What's your favorite military aircraft? The F-117 Nighthawk. I just think its role is really cool and its aesthetics are unbeatable, honestly. Second would probably be the F-16. What was your favorite book as a kid? Did it influence you to be where you are now? My favorite book series as a kid was the Redwall series, and you take a look at my profile picture, and you tell me if it had an influence. What's your favorite soda? Probably just Mexican Coke. Haven't had it in a while, but yeah. Thinking about it, I don't even know if it's about the cane sugar. I think it's just the fact it comes in a bottle, you know? The bottle makes it taste so much better. Out of all of the videos you've done, what is your favorite and why? Probably the M1 Abrams scandal video I made last year, because that took so much work. And I was doing a lot of in-depth research that a lot of people hadn't really cared to do before, so I felt like I was actually uncovering new information. I feel like most people already agreed with my thesis, but still, if you haven't watched that video, I would highly recommend it. Favorite water brand? The kind that comes out of my fridge. Smart water is pretty good too. Why did you become so interested in the HSTVL specifically? I just think it has really cool characteristics all around and its looks are sick. You can't look at that and tell me that looks bad. If you do, you're lying, 100%. But it's also that it was relatively unknown and people didn't really care to do a lot of research on it, so I made it my goal to research that and its offshoots a lot more. Least favorite animal? Stink bugs. Easy. Especially the invasive kind. We get them all the time here in Ohio and they are the absolute worst. Spiders are a pretty close second, except for jumping spiders, they're cool. What are your goals in life? Well, I feel like I've already achieved a lot of my goals, so I'm kind of just chilling, trying to be a good person, I guess. I mean, that's all you can do, right? Any general life advice for someone about to enter the real world of living away from home? I would say just try to make friends or stay in contact with people. I didn't think I'd get very lonely, but yeah, it hits you pretty hard, so try to reach out to people, try to stay in contact, or invest in a good hobby to keep you distracted. Oh, and for buying things you need for your new environment, if you can afford it, do not skimp out on stuff. Who is/was the most influential person in your life? Probably my oldest brother. But yeah, he gave me a lot of valuable life lessons growing up, and I am very appreciative for that. You mentioned that you wanted to do an IRL tank museum tour, but your bad kidney was preventing that. Do you still want to pursue that? Yeah, definitely. I especially want to go to that cab museum in Georgia, for definitely no specific reason whatsoever. That might be a bit difficult though, because it is on an active duty base. But yeah, I'll look into it. What peanut butter is better, smooth or crunchy? Smooth, and if you disagree, you are a psychopath. Dad, if you're watching this, I know that this applies to you as well, but I stand by what I said. If you could bring any one object back in time and give it to a 13th century British peasant, what would it be? I feel like most people would say an iPhone or Doritos, but I would bring back a candle. You know, one of those nice modern ones where it crackles when you light it. Because I feel like the default response is, oh, what can I do to freak out this peasant? But you know what I want to do? I want to be like, hey, check out how much candles have advanced in all this time. Isn't that sick? It smells like roses instead of animal fat. Isn't that great? I want something he can appreciate. What was your proudest achievement, in real life or in War Thunder? In War Thunder, the 32 kill game, easily. In real life, definitely getting my channel this far. There are still points where I'm like, damn, how did it get to this point? So I really appreciate all of you guys. I am completely dumbfounded at all the support you guys have given me over the years. Worst fast food experience? To be perfectly frank, I'm pretty sure I got my autoimmune kidney disorder from having bad fast food. Because we did tests, it's not genetic, so it has to be some kind of external thing, and the way that happens is if you get infected with some kind of virus. And E. coli is one of those viruses that can do that. I'm pretty sure I can pinpoint the exact instance where I got it, because I ate some Wendy's on a road trip, I got extremely sick, then a few days later I felt perfectly fine. And after that I started feeling all the kidney symptoms. So yeah, f*** you Wendy's, even though I do like your junior bacons. Once again, thanks for all the support and the questions, and I'm really looking forward to the future of this channel because I can actually work consistently, and I don't feel awful all the time. I'll see you guys on the next one.